episodes according to the glitches that fucking Twitch does.
Hmm.
Like if it wasn't for that, I would only have 4 episodes by now. All right,
So we get there. There's these demon statues that are where Peller used to be.
yeah, you can tell you can tell what they've tried to do. You can see the changes that they've made recently, and the pedestals themselves still hold. You know, like let's say you're just while you're standing in front of the thing, you know, your divine sight kicks on for just a moment.
Mhm.
And you can see the pedestals themselves retain some of the power of Peller. There's light there, there's radiant light and the symbolism on the pedestals, but then it's just completely snuffed out by this dead place where it's more, if they had just put a statue of horseshit or a dog turd or something, it would have more radiance to it than this. This kills the light for whatever reason.
Hmm. So we go up. Is he gonna stop me from knocking on the door?
No, he turns around and crosses his arms like to make sure he looks like he's being a guard for you.
Alright, I will knock on the door. Anyone there?
You hear something inside. Not sure what it is, but nobody comes to the door. There is a light on the second floor. Seems to be like a candlelight barely flickering. Maybe a fireplace that's a far way away.
I'll knock on it again and go, I wish a word with those inside. Merely just that.
I'm wondering how much you could even make your voice carry like it is. What could we do to make him? What's it like a skill check to get someone to notice you? You know,
Yeah.
banging on this gigantic wooden door.
Guess it would be like a listen check on the NPC's part
Yeah, it's bad.
with some
Strength check,
minor
Reggie.
negatives.
Strength check to trying to bang on the door.
Okay. Alright,
With a-
come on.
with a
Come on,
rock
baby.
or something.
Don't fuck with me now. That is 18 minus 1, 17.
Oh, okay. Tack, tack, tack. Like, what are you holding? You're rapping with your knuckles?
Yeah, just make a fist and just pound on it.
It's gonna hurt. This is the hardest you've ever hit something in your life, probably.
Okay.
Bam, bam, bam. And you know, you look and you've lost a few scales on your knuckles. There's a little bit of blood coming out. Like, it's not a point of damage or anything, but
Yeah.
you just
Cosmetic.
fucked up your hand. That's the hardest you ever hit anything. It's like you actually maybe you're a little mad at this temple and didn't realize it. But you see movement upstairs. And the light comes down. You see this very old man with a wizened little beard shuffling down. He's crooked. It looks like his spine's crooked, and he's moving at a very slow pace. And he comes in, opens a little like 6-inch by 6-inch wooden opening, like a tiny little window.
There's a little window in this giant ass door.
Yep, he opens a little window. Yes, can I help you?
It's more along the lines of how I can help you.
Well, I don't have time for riddles at this hour of the night. I have scribing and things to do, letters to be sent.
I came by earlier, and and found the giant mob that was ready to burn the place down. I would
Yes,
like to help you.
That was the Sunday Mass.
I would prefer to... the Sunday Mass. Now, I would prefer that not happen, and I would like to help you prevent further rallies of such.
What do you plan to do? You're just a... He squints at you. You're just a young lady. What do you know about anything?
I'll use my last 0 level spell. Create light in my hand to show him that I can do shit.
Blind! Blind me! He shuts the little door.
That is not all I can do.
He opens it up a crack. Go away.
I would prefer to have a slight conversation with those inside to help you.
He opens it up a little bit more.
Turn.
Pretty girl, help me. You say, pretty girl.
Turn the crowd more in your favor rather than against you.
He starts licking his lips. He's looking up and down you. He's not really saying
Come
anything.
inside.
Yes. Yes, pretty
God,
girl,
Rich.
come
You're gonna-
help. And he closes the little thing and unlocks the big wooden door.
Alright. So,
Are we gonna have to save Reggie now?
from what? Steven, it's a temple. It's a
And what,
temple of
good-
people
a
that were
good
hiding
time?
from a mob.
She gonna
People old,
rock
man.
this man's world.
No, that's not happening. I'm letting him think that I'm a woman so I can get inside, and then by the time he closes the door, no, that's when we play the crying game, and I tell him, no, I am a guy.
So he opens the door just a little bit to let you in.
Alright. I'll walk in.
He
Thank
closes it
him.
really fast as the foot soldier is trying to. He starts to put his hand in, but at the last minute, it's like it's the stump, and he doesn't. He pulls
He
it
tries
back.
to stomp a door
Yeah,
with
he
the
tries to stump. He's like, hey, and then closed. The
Battery.
door's closed. Oh, your headset
Okay.
battery.
Yeah, I'm changing batteries.
It is a marvelous interior. Everything is inlaid with mithril and gold. Like what would normally be a marble floor is some extremely expensive, exquisite material. You're not even sure what it is. The whole place has mithril trim and gold, and it's all decked out in the most extravagant, expensive, eclectic, gaudy interior, and everything seems to have been recently replacing all the good things with evil stuff.
Okay. Here we go. So, as it seems, and Master, I thank you for allowing me in. And no, I am not a woman.
He's grabbed a hold of your hand gently, but he's trying to lead you upstairs. Yes, come. And he starts pulling you.
No, I'm just gonna stand my ground.
He's a very strong old man. Do a strength check.
Damn, he's a strong.
Yes, he is. This is based off
Like,
Grandmeister
what do I got?
Pycelle.
Ricky's getting raped by a priest. You gotta take the dog out. I'll be back.
16.
Oh wow. Okay. Is that your roll or is that all together?
That's all together because I had a 17,
Okay.
but I have a -1.
He rolled a 16 and he doesn't have negatives. He is pulling you up the stairs. Yes,
Uh,
come, don't be shy. Don't be
did you
shy.
not hear what I just said? I am not a woman.
Not, not yet, but I will help with this. It will be fine. Just relax.
Dear Lord, old man.
Turn into a snake.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna turn into a snake, wrap myself around him, not constrict him, but just to show him, alright, look, sit down and shut up. I'm talking here.
He starts screaming, "Oh, young lady, run! Run for your life! Oh, oh!"
Alright, now that he's sufficiently confused about everything, there's. Has nobody else woken up and come down to see what's going on?
He's the only person in the
Or-
temple right now.
What happened to the other people?
They don't
that were
live
here,
there.
like, oh, they don't fucking. Oh, okay. I figured they lived, like, all of them lived here.
Mm-mm. No, they have
Okay.
their own extremely extravagant apartments nearby.
Uh,
He's the caretaker, the Meister.
okay. So,
I mean, still an important guy,
yeah.
but not as rich as the other ones.
He's also clearly confused and deaf and blind.
Part of it's an act, but a lot of
Yeah.
it's not. This is very much based off Grand Meister Pycelle. If you've seen the Game of Thrones,
Yeah, the dude who was Grandmeister.
and then
What
they
was it, King's Landing?
shaved, yeah,
Or-
they shaved his beard off his face, and yeah, like he always acted so frail until a young woman came up to his bed, and then he like banged her real good and was all stretchy, and, like feeling good and stuff, and then he'd go back to being a little old man again. So he's actually very strong, but he puts on
Yeah.
this little old man act so people won't ask him to do stuff, Anyway,
Alright, so I transformed into a snake. I wrapped around him to get him to be like,
Yeah.
alright, what the fuck? And he starts going, oh, young lady, run away, all that crap.
yeah.
And I'll-
And then he's as he looks around, he doesn't see what you anymore. He starts
Yeah.
genuinely trying to like break free, and he is pretty fucking strong. But
Well,
he's not able to overpower you. Not yet.
I forget.
What is this?
Can I talk to him as
Yeah.
myself? Like, okay.
Yeah.
I've tried to tell you. Now I need to make you listen.
What? You can see understanding in his eyes, and he tries to go back to the little old man. Oh no, I don't understand. Who are you?
I am here to help. Now please do yourself and myself a favor and shut up and listen.
Oh, all right.
Alright, I will unwrap myself from him, but I'll still stay in my snake form in case, he wants to try
He-
some dumb shit.
He sits back down heavy, with his little nightgown thing that he was wearing, like trailing between his legs. He's like, he starts looking you up and down, and his hand
And now-
trails underneath his nightgown, and you can see he's still looking you up and down, even as a snake. He starts working himself, and he's thinking, you can see he's thinking like
Is he jacking off?
a little bit,
He's
yeah.
What the fuck?
A little bit. Really.
No kink shame, man. Oh god. You know what? For my own protection, I was gonna transform back to myself. For my own protection, I'm gonna stay like this.
Okay.
And I'm only gonna transform when I go back out the door. But all right.
All right, well, hold
So
on.
he's
What?
sick.
This is. Okay, never mind. Just keep going.
Yeah. So now that I have kind of his attention,
Yes.
apparently. Shut up. Shut up. Now, clearly, this place, while being very extravagant looking, has a problem. A problem you can no longer ignore.
You can see, like, he's not looking at your eyes. He's looking up and down you. He's like, yes, problem. Yeah. Oh, he's working it with one of the problems.
God damn it! I'm gonna have to use my charm person, aren't I?
He's
I'm gonna
listening
have to
to
look
you.
him in the face.
He's
Well,
listening.
no, he's not paying. He's listening, but he clearly looks like he's not paying attention. Right.
paying attention to you,
I'm back.
parts of you.
Parts. There's one part of me. I am a giant snake. I'm one piece.
Oh my god.
I don't have arms and legs. I'm a fucking giant snake.
Oh my god.
Some holes.
All right. While this is going on, you guys, whatever you've been doing, tell me what you guys have been doing back at the tavern.
Yes, go.
Oh my gosh.
This is a good idea. Go back to the
Please save me from this fucking scene.
save.
Oh my god.
No, I am not getting.
See what you
my
made
priest.
happen, Reggie.
Oh, so you're checking off a priest.
No,
Wow.
he's doing
Okay.
it himself to looking at me. It's not my fault. I am not touching said priest.
No, you're just his fat material.
My wife is in another room. She goes, "Stop touching the priest."
Oh wow.
I probably might have if I didn't turn into a snake. Love you too, honey. All right. The tavern. What are you drunkards doing?
Interested in changing the subject, huh?
Hey, 12 wanted to first. He probably doesn't know where. He probably has no idea where this scene is gonna go, so he wants to go back to the tavern.
Man, that's amazing.
He's probably worried about where this thing's gonna go.
Oh,
Like, do I
Swallowing
really
is
want to run
screaming it.
this?
let's just say I'm glad there's a constrictor form for Reggie. Because he's a weak dude. And he's
Yeah,
used
I've
up a
been
lot of
making-
his spells. Like, man.
I've used with that
Reggie found some work.
with the light spell that I use. That's all of my 0 level spells I could use.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, y'all getting drunk. I'm trying to reform a church here. Go undercover.
No, undercovers.
Oh my gosh. Well, that doesn't include the prince and princess then.
Yeah.
Ask him what? Ah. He's like, yes, there's been some new fighter pits opened up. What at the merchant camps? big fella. I'm gonna start betting on him tomorrow. I heard he's never lost a match. He's a bare-knuckle pikey. Really interesting guy. He starts scratching his chin. Let's see. Masonry guilds what been commissioned to make a girdle for the tree. That's right, a girdle of buttresses. But they seem to be pretty convinced they can do it. We'll see. What else do you want to know about young master? Yeah, it's right around the corner from the thing. I mean, you can stand there at the corner and talk to him and look at the job board. He says, another thing that's just happened. Another one of these cursed swords have been found. My friend Elin, he was a weapon merchant, known him for 15 years. He's turned into a bloody troll. He won't even come out to his house anymore.
Jesus, so there's swords turning people into orcs, swords turning people into trolls, the fuck else.
Wonder who's doing these terrible
Amulets
things.
turning people into snakes.
Been talking to your friend Tisk back there. It's terrible. He's found one of these swords too. Turned him into a goblin orc. Can you believe it? It used to be a halfling, he says. Pizza maker. I tell you what. Strange world we live in. Strange world. If they ever find the son of a gun, I'll feed him to the rodents. You know, I got a rodent problem. I probably shouldn't be saying that, but God bless me, I don't know what to do about it. I'm spending a fortune on ingredients. It just disappears. They really like my hops and barley.
Makes me leery of drinking the beer now. It's like, wait. How much rat shit is in this beer?
Oh, this is known to be
All the beer.
this is known to be the best brew in the kingdom.
It's in all the beer.
When he puts his brew bushel stick out front, like he has, you know, at least 30 to 50 people come in and have a pint. And they know it's him,
Drinking
and
rat shit.
they know it's him, and they pay more for his brew.
Hey, rats of that size, has he not thought about getting a crossbow or a good club?
Are you asking him?
Or hiring some people to... But yeah, well, hey, why don't you grab a big stick and go down and whack the damn things?
Oh, I've killed, I don't know, 50? Last month, I probably killed 50. Where do you think?
Gods be damned.
Right? But, I mean, it's not all bad.
What
Where
the
do you
fuck are
think-
they all eating?
Where do you think these people selling rodent on a stick get all of their good meat? I've killed so many, I can't seem to kill them all. I don't know where they're coming from, to be honest. It seems like he looks around for reaching for the words. It seems like there must be a gigantic labyrinth of tunnels under this kingdom. But that doesn't make any sense, does it? Anyway,
Alright, could be.
fucking things are bigger than me
Who knows
dog.
what the ancients built?
They're bigger than me dog, and one of them took me dog. He was yelping and screaming. Fucking rat. the size of a goddamn... I don't know. He fucking throws his hands up there. I don't know. Size of something. Pulled my fucking dog into the wall. Downstairs.
And was this a kicking dog or a proper dog?
He was a bloody hunting dog. Trained.
Oh. Well. Yeah, we could make a friend with the innkeeper slash best brewer in town and possibly get some pay out of it. We could go hunt down some cattle and the rustlers of
Yeah.
the cattle.
Yeah, while you guys are talking to him, somebody knocks down all the pins, gets a strike. Everybody's like, hey! And then a big... There's like 10 people on stage now, and they all bust into this almost polka-like, really fast, happy beat. And the thing is, the place is pretty swinging right then. And, like, most of the people are involved in what's happening on the stage, and so they don't hear or see whenever this guard bursts through the door. And you can see he used his he has a stump on his left hand, and he used that to push the door open. And he looks around and looks at the barkeep, and he walks up there. He says, "Hey, what this really fancy merchant, foreign merchant, looked like an important fellow. I was walking with him and he was checking out the temple. Well, shit, Frederick, he went inside the temple." "No, he did. I couldn't stop him. I thought he was just gonna look at the statuary or something. He went in there. The old man pulled him in." "No." "Yeah," and they're just looking at each other like, oh shit.
Hey, did this fella talk weird? Really, like, draw out the S's?
He's looked at you big, and he motions with his hand. It's like, "You know him."
Hey,
He points with his stump. He went to the temple."
okay, and we all were at the temple earlier, so
Yeah.
I know it's kind of a
Yeah, and out of
crazy
game,
si-
like these are volunteer protectors of the peace that they aren't necessarily the best trained, and they definitely are not.
Okay,
to,
so it's like city watch, not city guard,
kind of, yeah, and
or neighborhood watch.
yeah, and he definitely doesn't have authority to go busting in the temple. Like those guys own the city. You know what I mean? It's way too much money and authority with those people for him to just go do that right now. So he's looking frantic, like he doesn't know what to do. "I'm worried about him. He looks so frail and foreign." He's just shaking his head back and forth.
I look at the other guys like, you think he can handle it? Or should we?
To be fair, I'm pretty sure out of game. I'm pretty sure I killed more goblins in that cave than anybody else.
No, you did. You did. You killed 2, I killed 2.
Nobody can claim the boss of that little cave by themselves, so... Yeah, you might have killed the most goblins.
Fun times.
Like, I was rushing forward most of the time. I think I killed 1.
Alright, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, we need some kind of distance communication. But, yeah. I'll bring it up to the rest of the group. Think we should go check it out. Guards seemed awful concerned, and what we saw earlier could be some trouble.
He might be able to.
Or he could be
To
getting
be-
diddled by the priest.
Yeah,
Didn't he?
yeah, he might.
Or he could be getting diddled by the priest.
His snake form could probably hold the priest, but him opening the door, that's a whole nother story.
I think maybe we should take a head over there just in case. At least be there outside in case we hear a commotion.
Yeah,
But
I'll go with you.
definitely
Yeah.
gonna take like a slice and a pint for the road. And gonna stop by the stable.
Yeah, he tells
What
you
was the prince and princess's name?
the
Benji and
Frederick, the barkeep, Ufod, Frederick Ufod. He tells you, you're covered by Julie for anything you wanted for tonight. So you go ahead and if you want to take that for the road, that's fine. And he writes a little thing down. He seems to be keeping track of a bill for everything you guys have done at the table. He's
Cool.
gonna
Give him
build
like a little
shit out of the
cheers and-
palace.
Okay, yeah, hell, I'm cool with that. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, I'll take another and just down the one I
Yeah.
had.
Yeah, do a Constitution check because you have down 3 pints at this point.
Yeah. Make sure what my con is. I think it's like a +3, +4. Even
damn.
better.
Goddamn, that's a good fucking con. You's a healthy boy.
And a good roll. Well, decent roll. 16 total.
Damn. Yeah, you're not even phased. You down one, grab another, and head out the door.
Yeah, and like I said, it's Benji and what's the princess's name?
Princess Minsky.
Minsky?
Yeah.
Okay. Like you said, we saw some like couples making out in the stables earlier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just poke my head in that way. Boy, Ben, Minnie.
Yeah, they're like it's the two of them, and they're basically done at this point.
Yeah.
You know, they're looking very relaxed and just
Sorry
kind
to
of in each
interrupt.
other's arms.
Yeah, and like keep my back turned, whatever. But
Yeah, no, that's fine.
like just telling them we're going to the temple to make sure
They had
Snaky's
They had a
okay.
literal romp in the hay. You know, like
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, where do you think that
Yeah,
phrase
but
came
I'm
from?
saying she's not laying there naked though. Like she got dressed after that. It'd be fucking itchy to just lay there in the hay naked. You know.
That's why I put the blanket down on top. Yeah. Or the cloak. Anyway, but yeah, letting them know
Infections.
where you're going. And tell them y'all enjoy yourselves. We'll be back.
Oh, do you think that's a good idea?
Too late for that. It's say,
Benji
yeah, what was
Benji
that,
sits
12?
Benji sits up. He's like, "Whoa, do you think that's a good idea?"
Well,
Well, whether or not it was a
Snaky-
good idea to go there alone at the middle of the night, that remains to
Yeah.
be seen. But we're going just to make sure everything's okay.
about as
Because-
much sense as jumping down a well.
Fucking right.
At least I don't need to climb out of anything.
Yeah.
Jeez. God.
Nope, not yet.
No.
good shit.
But yeah, so let them know where we're going and headed that way.
You're interrupting my broadcast to talk about something? We'll fucking quit it. Alright, thank you. Alright. So you guys are heading out there and you see Nut Brown again. And looks like he's trying to get past the well. But it's almost like gravity is pulling him, and he's at a 45-degree angle again. He's trying to walk past it, but he just keeps stumbling
I'm gonna bonk
towards
him on
it.
the head and
Uh.
sit him next to the side of the well.
You're gonna fucking like knock him out,
Yeah,
bonk him.
yeah.
All right, roll a strength check.
Uh,
See how much. I mean, it's not even an attack because he's incapable of stopping you. This is almost like the knockout game. Fucking Furbolg just rears back and smack.
Stupid game.
I'm not gonna kill him. I don't want to, but I rolled very well.
Well, what'd you roll?
I rolled an 18.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so that's not a crit for anything you've got.
Well,
Yeah,
it's not a crit, but it does do. What's your strength?
6.
God.
Yeah, it does.
So like
do
a
7 or
4 plus 6.
I'm
yeah,
gonna try
23.
doing it subdual. So
yeah. You do like 10 points of damage. You knock him. Hard,
God
even though it's
damn.
Right the
even though
fuck
it's
out.
subdual, like you may have broken his jaw. You knock the shit out of him, and he also
God
smacks his head on the
damn.
concrete.
it's for his own safety.
Yeah, it's on safety. You just cracked his head open on the fucking concrete after breaking his jaw. How the fuck is that his own safety? I was gonna grab him by the collar of his shirt and just move him around, give him a little gentle shove forward. Fuck, dude's gonna be recovering from this for like weeks. Or at least hours until we get goad.
Yeah, I mean,
Back
you don't
to
even
the
have your
healing.
healer with you right now. Like this is
Yeah.
creating complications. Well, I mean, Steven, now he already used his personal healing flask. He doesn't have that. And so did you 2-5. Both of you have used your
Yeah.
healing flasks.
Yeah.
It's subdual. I didn't like.
I mean, what you attempted to do was subdual, but you really hurt his jaw, and then you didn't attempt to catch him when he cracked his head on the concrete. Like you had to know.
I would not.
It's like the knockout game. You've seen it when somebody gets knocked out on their feet and
No, I've
falls,
never
right?
been a part of a.
Well, this isn't
knockout
it.
game.
This is a
Well, I've
learning
never
experience.
been part of a knockout game. I'm not that fucking retarded, but I know what it is.
Yeah, he fell over and cracked his head on the concrete, and he's what you did was subdual and put him down to like 0 or 1 subdual, and then he hit his head on the concrete and he's at negatives.
Well, he's...
God damn.
No, okay, subdual damage is tracked separately from actual damage. You go unconscious when your subdual damage exceeds your actual current hit points.
Well, it's done that. I mean,
Yeah,
he's a peasant.
yeah,
I mean, he
So
didn't
now
have
he-
much.
most
So
definitely.
the falling and hitting of the concrete, that's when he takes actual damage.
Yeah, when
Yes.
Steven hit him, he was already in negatives. Like he had what 4 hit points as a peasant, so he was -6,
Fuck.
and then he hit his head on the concrete.
God, Stephen, why you gotta kill people?
He knocked the shit out of him. I mean, Nut Brown is just a drunk, man. He's just a town drunk.
It's like, dude, what the fuck?
God.
It's like a sucker punch from hell on a dude that has like absolutely zero clue what's going on.
And the guy he saved, too.
Uh,
The guy he
yeah,
just
no.
fucking saved. It's for his own good. Fuck, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna go get what's Zach's character's name?
Bjorn.
Bjorn, and it's like, can I come here, come quickly.
Oh my goodness. We make some
Okay,
notes here.
we had two, fuck, the only one in the party that could use a wand of cure light wounds now is Goad.
The only one that can really heal people.
Yeah, Stuart
Yeah, but
technically
he
could, but
has
he's
a
gone.
So yeah,
Potion.
potion.
Yeah.
Yes, I just don't want to use one of our fucking emergency heal potions for some commoner that you accidentally might have murdered.
I've already
He's
used
already-
mine.
He doesn't have one.
As you're making a commotion about it, Tisk runs out there. He's got the apron and the chef's hat on, and he pulls out the sword and stabs the guy.
What the fuck?
No, I'm
What?
going to stop that.
He stops your hand from stopping him, and you see the sword glow, and he's doing you realize he's doing a gentle repose, and he's allowing this person to be saved and stabilized for recovery. Like this guy was about to be done. He's bleeding out. Now he's got it held as a gentle repose. And then he holds up the sword, and he's got this big shit-eating grin, kind of making the sword bob up and down. I saved him. Saved him. Now the
No,
guy
I
was
didn't
dead.
Stab him.
The guy was dead. He just did like the last hit point in order to make the sword do the thing. He was bleeding out. This is what the sword was created for. Gentle repose. So I told Steven, you know, it was a murderous sword, but the point is to exercise it and make it grow. You have to find, you know, somebody and help them not die instead of just murdering everyone, you know. That's the gentle repose. So Tisk actually has done the thing.
All right, cool. Well, I'm running towards the temple now.
Yeah. You're wanting to get some... Yeah, fleeing the scene. It's for his own good. Smack! And then he runs off. Alright, well, who's doing what?
Well, yeah. We were gonna go to the temple to check on Goad, but then
Alright.
Steven murdered somebody.
Alright, so back to the temple scene then, because everybody seems to be about to be headed that way.
I seen it.
Alright, so what are you gonna say to this old man, Reggie?
Oh shit. Hold on a sec. Okay. People seem to be rallying against you in this town.
Against me? I've done nothing. Nothing except for...
Well,
Nothing. I've done nothing.
what we need to do is change how this place is looked upon. One of those things would be removing the statues that are out front. They will clearly not give a good impression to those in town.
He has like this kind of like the Tucker face, and he's still working it under the sheet thing.
Those statues were recently installed. They were very expensive. Can't remember who or what, but very expensive. The
That's
amount.
clearly a problem. on multiple levels. You don't remember why, or how, or who.
Look at the material. It surely must have been a good reason we would have done it, don't you think?
If there was a good reason, from what I've heard, you haven't refilled the waters in the well either. Something tells me it's connected to that out there.
He looks rather defeated by this, like, very obvious thing. He says,
I've been busy.
Well, if you're been too busy to do that, then what have you been doing?
he motions upstairs where you see the candlelight and all the, there's like dozens of scrolls that have been written. He says,
I've sent messages and conscripts to all the other temples and meisters that I know. Someone has to remember the names. Someone must. It can't be just gone. I refuse. I refuse.
Yes, people do remember certain things. And if you want the trust of the people, then you may need to go back to what you do remember.
As I look towards the Peller statue that's in there.
as you're looking away, you hear him mutter something about,
I remember the ritual of blood.
and he comes at you with a sword he's just snagged from the side.
He's coming at me in my giant snake form with a sword.
Yep.
Okay.
He misses. Fuck.
Yeah, he meant I'm not gonna kill the guy.
He made a stab for you and missed. And
No.
you didn't even move.
Oh.
He says,
Stand still.
oh, and then he rolls a 1.
Does he just get the sword stuck in something?
Sure.
If that's the case, I'll wrap around him again.
Ah, ah.
Look, I tried doing this the easy way. And you are making it exceedingly difficult. So now we will do this the simple way.
But he's getting frantic. He's like,
But with your blood, I can do a ritual that doesn't take any of the new gods. I can do one of the old ones. With blood like yours, I can refill the well with your blood.
Something tells me your rituals are why you no longer have the ability to refill the well.
Nonsense. You know nothing about the boys and the girls. How could you know?
Okay. Now we're
Yeah,
going into
bear in mind.
charm person.
Oh,
This motherfucker's gonna listen to me. He's gonna listen good.
yeah, bear in mind, Reggie, that presumably this is the priest that violated Benji,
Oh yeah.
or one of them.
one
So
of them. It's not the main one.
it's like yeah.
This is the Meister caretaker. The main priests are at home in their very expensive houses.
Alright, so yes, I'm going to use my ability of charm person.
All right, what's your DC for your spell?
Let's see. The fuck was it?
I think it's a 16.
Okay.
First level spell plus your charisma
Well,
modifier.
Yeah, it was a racial ability.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a first level spell like ability.
So plus my charisma modifier, then the total would be 21.
Shit.
What?
My charisma modifier is +5.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said.
So you start with a base of 10.
You rolled a 3.
Then you
Oh,
add
10.
the
Okay,
level
so
of
15. Then
He rolled a
15.
3.
plus 1 for the level
It doesn't.
of the spell.
It doesn't
Oh,
matter. He
wow.
rolled a 3. It's. It's
Yeah. Never
Doesn't
expected
even-
you to actually charm person on these priests.
me either, to be honest. Fuck.
Yeah, their will saves are one of their highest saves,
Yeah.
hands down. So, yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't
He even had
expect it to
Divine
happen.
Grace active, but with his DC and. Yeah.
God damn, if he's a high level cleric and he's got Divine Grace. Ooh.
Alright.
Now here is what we're going to do.
A lot of his abilities don't work, but that one is still functioning because of something he did earlier today. Like he's been doing these little things, but most of his anyway. Go ahead.
There.
For starters, you're going to write down everything that has happened to
Fuck. Come on. Let me rephrase this.
He starts moving towards his writing bench. Look, he
write down
already had the
all
quill
that
out.
has happened that you are trying to keep secret. Things that would not be looked favorably upon. Then
He has a
We
bit
will
of an
begin.
attitude in his voice, and he's like,
I was already going to do that. I meant to write that letter earlier today. Let me get started.
Okay. I'll slither over to him and I'll like put my tail on his shoulder, kind of like putting my hand on his shoulder. Go.
Then, to begin the healing process, we will replace the statues out front with those of the goddess Soon. A more welcoming figure out front. And then leave Peller here. I do not wish the building to confine the goddess's beauty.
he's taking notes.
Just Peller and
Soon.
Sune.
Yes.
None others.
They will bow. They will be
Out of game, I'm
the
asking if you.
forefront.
I'm asking if you want to allow Pizar to have a small place in this temple.
I mean, yeah, he can have a small place too. Like I'm not gonna like.
I'm not gonna make that like a
Yeah, the
big
goblins
deal, but
You don't have to make it a big
it's
deal. Like,
he's
I
a
want
minor.
The,
He's a minor
the
good guy.
two. Yeah, I want the two statues
Sune
of the
is-
goddess
yeah.
basically welcoming people in, and then have Peller inside as the
front man kind.
no, more like the comforting thing, the thing that people already here know and have seen before. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'm used to this. I've seen him before. He's been around. He's been around this building a bit. Kind
Yeah.
of shit.
And Peller is like one of the most welcoming gods. He's the neutral good god
Yeah.
of light and healing.
Well, what I'm
Yeah.
thinking is the three of you guys could be like the Trinity. It's the Father is Peller, the Son would be Pizar, and then the Holy Ghost is Soon, which is the feminine aspect. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking. This would be the new Trinity of this place.
Yeah.
It's like the
I mean,
mother,
that-
the father, and then the strange, child that represents like the mischievous. All the other things would be. You know what I mean? Like it's symbolically, it's pretty good for a new Trinity.
Now, how does this play? How did
Mm.
Where are the rest of those that serve this temple?
Have we made it here yet?
It's a big door. So you'd have to be banging on it. But hang on, let me do this next part. Hang on. What was the question,
Alright.
Reggie?
Where are the rest of those that serve this temple?
Oh, Hierophant is home and in his apartments, and the priests have dwellings.
They don't live here.
No one lives here.
Where do they get the money?